and I gave him credit for, so I've got to respect that. He's a formidable opponent, wrestles bears since he's a kid, has put a lot of time into his stand-up work, and he was a lot sharper than I anticipated he was going to be. So I've got to respect that, you know, it was his big moment.
Yeah.
It's easy to do this once, okay? It's very easy for someone to be given something and to do it just one time. That's like, you'll put your absolute all into it, but to do it time after time and year after year, that's when the motivation kind of dips, that's when the dedication kind of lacks, and that's when people creep up, and that's what I feel has happened here. You know, I didn't give him his respect, I marched forward, didn't give a shit, I got caught with that overhand. I would not get, if I switched on, I would not get caught with that overhand in any form of combat. So I'm very confident, very eager, very in shape, and let's keep it going.
He didn't want to stand with
almost dropping someone, because he almost dropped me. He didn't drop me. I got back up on my feet, threw shots, threw a knee, and then he shot. Imagine almost dropping someone with a picture-perfect shot, a picture-perfect punch, and then shooting for the legs.
That's a pussy shit,
and then you shoot for the legs, stand up. And when you beat a man convincingly, it's not really necessary to go back for a rematch, but when there's dispute, or when or if there's dispute, then there must be a rematch. There's been dispute in my last one. I slapped his brother and his cousin around on top of the cage. He tried to jump into the road. This is not over, so there's dispute. There's got to be a rematch.
That's what I
want. Man, he's got a great following. He's got crazy insight, great guests. Maybe at some stage in the game, who knows? I'd like him to call a fight how he sees it, correct? Off a script though.
Yeah.
The Diaz rematch, it was like he was reading off the first fight, you know, and that last one he's talking about, the face was getting
nice left from McGregor.
I left that up and gone with a black eye, the same way as two rat cousins left with. His brother and his cousin left the up with a black eye. So what's he
fuck Khabib, man?
Talk, so maybe at some stage he'll do it.
When you text.
My foot was a balloon. My foot was a balloon. You want to see it? Do you know what I mean? My toes came out of the socket. A guy had to come into the cage and break them back into place. The thing ballooned out. And I hobbled in there and walked them down and did not give two shits. And that was with a bad camp. That was with a half-committed camp. One of the things was I hadn't watched the fight back yet, and when I heard that, I was like, I've watched the fight back 888 times before I even got back to the house from the T-Mobile Arena to the house. I watched the fight about 800 times, and to hear that he hasn't watched the fight back, I was a little bit taken back. And then I've got to ask, I need a why has to coach me. I just felt a little bit. Hang on a minute, you know what I mean? Maybe I need a why, but look, this is all. I understand that. My half commitment has led to these thoughts and these and this type of thing. So I'm just in the process of making them right, and we'll get there. We'll get there.
He's got to win 10 fights and all this stuff.
Yeah.
What is your reaction to that?
Fear. You know, doesn't want it. So it is what it is. From that, I'm focusing on the skills. It's a very skillful bout. He poses a specific style set, and I pose a specific style set, and it's an interesting clash with two fully focused fighters, and that's what will happen in the next bout, and I look forward to it and settling it.
But